What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again, and today we got another BFR, Game 66 at the Florida Panthers. Usually I'd be posting this tomorrow, but I have time right now, and I decided why not? The game just ended, I will post right now. So, it was Taze's 1,000th game, and the Panthers honored Jonathan Taze. They gave him a round of applause. The game, today's March 31st at 6 p.m. It started, so that's why I'm able to record. It's a pretty early game, so I have the time. Florida did not have a lot of fans in the building. I'm not sure why Florida doesn't have that many fans. They're an excellent team, best team in the East, and yet they're still struggling with attendance. It's just mind-boggling to me. There might have been more Hawks fans than Panthers fans in the building. Panthers win 4-0. The Hawks go to 24, 34, and 10. Shots were 44 to 37 Florida. Hits were 27 to 21 for Florida. Faceoffs were 30 to 25 Chicago. Chicago goes 0 for 3 on the power play. Florida goes 1 for 3. And Delia, 40 for 44 in the loss. Bobrovsky, 37 for 37 in the win. Both goaltenders would put on a show tonight once again, as Delia would eventually stand on his head while his defense did nothing. And Bobrovsky just didn't really need much help because the Hawks never got really any great opportunities. And when they did, they were shut down either quickly or Bobrovsky made a key save. Doc was in, Entwistle was in, Tyler Johnson was out, and Khrushchev was out. Early in the first, Florida pressures early, and then a bad rebound at 19-19 leads to a Florida goal from Alexander Barkov, but it's Hawks challenge for an obvious kicking motion and kick out of the puck. It was a kick, so it's no goal, so we play on. And after that, Delia didn't give up much. Marchman had a big hit on Kubalik. Delia absolutely robs Duclair in the second minute on a cross-ice pass, and it might be one of the top saves of the year. And the light flashed ever so briefly in the building. Delia was very sharp early after that first bad rebound. Then at 15:27, it's a Florida penalty to Giroux for tripping, which would be killed. The power play looked good. Forsling hits the post. Hag lays a dangerous hit on Doc. It's not called. Bobrovsky had given up numerous rebounds at that time. It didn't look like he was having the greatest game, and the Hawks might be able to opportunize on that. They would not be able to, as Bobrovsky's game would get better. Seth Jones had a near breakaway that missed the net. Kubalik missed a wide open net. Marchman had a couple of chances denied. Florida had a 2-on-1 that failed. Delia, good save. Marchman tripped up. There was no call. Taze is hooked and then taken down and then dragged. There was no call. Radish chance was denied. Doc chance stopped. Marchman breakaway saved, and then there were several saves on other chances in that time span. Then at 1:36, it's a Florida goal from Alexander Barkov, his 30th of the year, and it's a great move by him, and it just overpowers Delia from Verhaeghe and Forsling to make it 1-0. Then at 1:04, it's a Florida penalty to Hag for cross-checking, which would be killed as the power play would continue into the second, and nothing would happen. DeBrincat just barely saved on a one-timer. Taze and Radish had a chance stopped. Gudis hip checks and then entirely flips over Doc. It's a huge hit, a pretty amazing hit to see. And Doc was fully straight as if you can get as straight as possible. He would have been straight, going straight up and straight down. It was very interesting. He was fine. He didn't leave the ice or anything. Giroux failed on a 2-on-1, and then at 12:37, it's a Florida breakaway goal to Ryan Lomberg, his 9th of the year, from Thornton and Gudis. Yes, Joe Thornton gets another assist to add to his very large resume. Makes it 2-0. Bobrovsky then robs DeBrincat, and then Strome. And then at 8:14, it's a Florida goal from Gustav Forsling, his 3rd of the year, from Reinhardt and Marchman, former Hawk and Forsling. Makes it 3-0. The Hawks challenge for goaltender interference, as Bennett did collide with Delia, but it was determined that Delia was a little outside the blue paint, so therefore it was a good goal. And then Florida had a 3-on-1 missed by Huberdeau. Lafferty goes around Uyghur and gets a breakaway that's saved. And then because there was the failed challenge by Chicago at 8:14, it's a Chicago penalty. That's a failed coach's challenge. It's served by Kubalik, and it is killed. We go to the third, where there's a good save on Lomberg to start off. Strome is robbed by Bobrovsky. Hawks are pressuring. Then at 9:57, it's a Florida penalty to Gudis for interference. It would be killed. Then at 7:23, it's a Chicago penalty to Reese Johnson for tripping, which wouldn't be killed. because he complains, and it was a clear slew foot. I'm not sure what he was complaining about. And 10 seconds later, at 7:13, it's a Chicago penalty to tase for slashing, which was not a penalty because it was just clearly not a slash. And so it's 5-on-3 for a minute and 50 seconds, and this is where the goal comes in at 6:13, where it's a Florida power play goal for Alexander Barkov, his 31st of the season, second of the game, from Huberdeau to make it 4-0. Delia had some more good saves, and yeah, that was pretty much the rest of the game. Barkov, he could have had a hat trick if that first goal wasn't disallowed. He gets to 30 goals, so another 30-goal scorer in the league. Matthews is currently playing against Winnipeg. I'm not sure if he's going to get that 50th goal or not tonight. We'll see. And other news around the league, nothing much. Clayton Keller is done for the year. Mrazek is injured in Toronto, so that once again makes their goaltending situation even more interesting. Anaheim has now lost 10 in a row. I might have mentioned that previously. And, yeah, there's really nothing much else to mention. St. Louis and Minnesota keep swapping as usual. Nashville has pretty much solidified their spot as the first wild card. So, yeah, it's basically just a dogfight for that second spot between Dallas, Winnipeg, Vegas, and Vancouver. But essentially, just Dallas and Vegas. But, yeah, that's really all I have for you guys today. Pretty poor performance by the Hawks, but they're going up against the best team in the East, and I didn't really expect. I got the hiccups now. So yeah, I really didn't expect much out of them. But there will be a Power Rankings tomorrow. It's another reason I want to get this video out because tomorrow is April 1st, and I want to be able to get the board ready for tomorrow once I can record. But another Hawks game tomorrow, game 69 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. It starts at 6 p.m. So another early game, so I might get the BFR out after. Maybe not, maybe I'll hold it off. But yeah, that's really all I have for you guys today, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.